Hey guys, welcome to Best Movie Recap. Today I am going to explain a 2007 American action thriller movie called The Condemned. Warning. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. Today's movie starts with two reporters in Vitebsk prison in Belarus. They meet the prison warden who leads them to watch a fight between a giant prisoner named Peter and three others. After a bloody fight, Peter kills the three prisoners. On the other side, a wealthy television producer called Ian Breckle was watching the fight and liked it. He ordered the two reporters to get him. The two reporters head back to the warden's office and offer him a belt of money for the prisoner. Going back to Breck's operation base, he starts checking the preparation for the live show and order his team to reach every spot in the world, even an Eskimo sitting in his little igloo. Outside the base, Breck meets with Goldman, the person charged with the installation of cameras and microphones to cover every spot on the island. Goldman reveals to Breck that they are a little bit late and they may not be able to organize the show, but Breck encourages him by saying, "You are the best, I'm sure you will make it in time." Meanwhile, Breck's girlfriend Julie joins them and tell him that the news reporter is here and she is waiting for him. During the meeting, Breck reveals to the journalist that he is going to bring 10 condemned from the third world prisons, then give them the chance to fight each other. 9 will die, and the last one standing will win his freedom and some money to start a new life. When the journalist said this is immoral and illegal, Breck gets angry and decides to end the meeting, but before going he tells her that his number of views will demolish any show on any network this year. In the meantime, Bella and Eddie inform Breckle that the Arab contender is killed and they need to find a replacement as soon as possible. Bella suggests a replacement, but Breck refuses because he already has 2 Mexicans and he insists on adding an Arab contender for the Arab people to cheer for. Eddie suggests someone in El Salvador prison. In the prison, the warden introduces them to a killer named Hashim. Then he brings 2 other prisoners to give them a quick view of it. The first prisoner is Gringo, and the second one is a strong bold called Jack Conrad, who refuses to follow the warden orders, telling him to fuck himself. In Hashim's cell, the warden ordered Gringo to attack him, but Hashim manages to kill him easily. Then he orders Jack to attack, but he refuses, which forces the warden to give the key to Hashim, who got killed by Jack with 2 hits. On the other side, Breck saw all this and decided to put Jack inside instead of the Arab, noting that the people are going to like this cowboy. After gathering all the prisoners in the same room, Helmut from Germany, Dominic from Italy, Saiga from Japan, Creston and Jack from the USA, Rosa and her husband Paco from Mexico, Ewan from the UK, Yosantwa from Ghana, and Peter from Estonia. Baxter starts explaining to them the rules of the game, saying that they will be all taken to an island where they will fight against each other, and each one has a rig in his ankle packed with 20 ounces of plastic explosive. In 30 hours from now, it will explode. And the only way to remove it is by being the last survivor after 30 hours. He also mentions that there are 2 other ways to detonate the ankle rig. The first one is by pulling the red pull tab, which will give a 10-second delay then explode. And the second one is by messing with the rig trying to unlock it. In this case, it will explode directly. Ending his speech by saying, "It is a simple game, kill or die." Then they transfer the condemned to the island in 2 helicopters, in the way Jack saw the operation base used by Breck to broadcast the show, and with the helicopter's compass, Jack determined which direction he will take to find it. After reaching the other side of the island, Baxter starts dropping the prisoners one after one with keys to unlock their chains, while the live stream start. The first 2 contenders jump without any resistance. When the time comes for Dominic, he starts talking and resisting, and by mistake, he lands upon a steel pipe and dies directly. While dropping Saiga, he stole the man's glasses and kicked him, then jumped from the helicopter with an acrobatic move, leaving the other prisoner laughing. When the time comes for Jack, he refuses to open his mouth and hits Baxter with his elbow, who gets angry and throws Jack out without keys. On the beach of the island, Helmut surprised Yosantwa with a quick punch and start beating her and choking her in the water. Yosantwa tried to run away, but she couldn't. Then she grabbed a tree branch and stabbed him in the neck. After that, she pulled the red pull from his ankle rig and let him explode. In the transmission room, Breckle and his team were happy with the show, and Eddie tell them that they reached the first 5 million users on the site, but Breck say it was only the start. I'm aiming for an online rating equal to 40 million viewers. In the meantime, Jack confronted Paco and start choking him, thinking he was tracking him, but Paco said no, he is just looking for his wife. Then Jack let him go. Before leaving, Paco gives his keys to Jack saying they might help you, then thanks him and leave. Jack finally unlocks the chains and starts his way. Meanwhile, Creston was trying to unlock his ankle rig and noticed a camera and destroy it. At this moment a helicopter passed by and threw a bag. Creston rushed to it. He find food, water, and a knife. At this moment Saiga comes in and a fight starts. It turns out that Saiga is a professional fighter. He beat Creston, who run away after covering Saiga's face with the parachute. Saiga tries to find him but he couldn't. He ends up confronting Ewan, who was putting Saiga glasses. Before the fight starts, Ewan suggests they team up together to take down all the other prisoners. Then he gives him back the glasses saying they look better on you. While Jack was looking for a high spot to find his direction, he got surprised by Peter, who attacked him. A fight followed with Jack gaining the upper hand. Then the two fell down a slope and suddenly they realized that one of them had lost his red pull. It reveals to be Peter. After that Jack hit him with a stone and pushes him from the edge of the cliff and let him explode. At this moment Eddie reveals to his team that they hit 12 million viewers. As the broadcast progresses, FBI agents discover that Conrad's real identity is Jack Riley from one of his old classmates. After that, an FBI agent named Brad Wilkins calls Sarah Cavanaugh, Jack's girlfriend, and inform her of the situation. In the night, Sarah goes to the bar where she works and starts watching the competition. To be able to watch, you must sign and pay $50. After signing in, she recognized Jack, but she couldn't believe what they had written in his bio. Going back to the island, Paco finally finds his wife Rosa, but unfortunately, Ewan finds them too. Paco tells his wife to run away. While he starts fighting Ewan, he manages to beat him, but Saiga catch Rosa, and Ewan took advantage of the destruction and used a tree branch to break Paco's leg. After that, he tied up Paco to the tree and forced him to watch the murder of Rosa. At the station, Julie refused what is happening and asked them to stop the streaming, but Breckle tell her that Rosa is a killer and she was going to die anyway. Goldman also feels sad and decides to go out for some fresh air. Meanwhile, Ewan pulls Rosa's red pull and lets her explode, but when they check Paco they can't find him. In the night, Jack finds the wounded Paco, who tells him what happened and asks for his help to kill Ewan and Saiga, but Jack was only focusing on finding the operation base to make a call and ask for help. On the other side, Creston got confronted by Yasantwa, but he tell her to calm down, saying that he won't kill her, he is just looking for a solution to take off the rig from his ankle. Later on, they both set fire and hide inside a crashed plane. But Yasantwa tricked him. She approached him, then suddenly pulled his red pull and run away, leaving him to explode. At this moment, Breckle orders Eddie to drop a bag off to Ewan and Saiga to help them to win. Back to Paco and Jack, who used 2 pieces of iron to block the signal from the tracking device on his ankle. In the meantime, Eddie tells Breckle that Jack vanished from the screen. Then Jack gives Paco some water and head to the operation base. In the FBI office, they decide to drop the investigation because finding the island is truly impossible, but Wilkins insists on continuing. An agent tells him that Jack is a former Delta Force operative who was captured on a Black Ops mission to El Salvador after the bombing of a building controlled by drug dealers, and that no one knows his real identity, nor that he was working for the USA. At this moment, Goldie reveals to Breckle that Jack is coming here, and the reason why they can't track him on camera is because they didn't put cameras around the operation base. Jack arrives at the base, and after knocking out a guard, he made his way to a tower, then knocks out the second guard and calls Sarah. Jack give her his bank account number and told her to take the money and take care of herself, but Sarah respond, "I don't need your money, I need you." At this moment, Breckle saw him and called Baxter, but before they cut the energy from the tower, Jack manages to give Sarah the coordination of the island to transfer them to the FBI office. Then Jack escapes back to the forest before they kill him. Then he finds Ewan and Saiga beating Paco to death, then they burn him. The next day, Jack put an iron bar around his hand, then attacks Saiga, who has two big knives. Jack punched Saiga several times and kick him as well, but before killing him Ewan interfere, which forced Jack to retreat and hide inside a small fort. Saiga and Ewan follow him, and at this moment Yusantwa surprised Jack with a knife, but he easily defeats her, and Ewan hits her with an arrow. After that, Saiga sets the fire inside the fort next to some explosive boxes. Jack finds a way to escape and tries to help Yusantwa, but she refuses and pulls the red pull from her ankle rig and explode. Ewan and Saiga thought that everyone is dead, and they start fighting each other. While Saiga was running from Ewan, Jack surprised him with a quick punch. A bloody fight followed with Jack getting the upper hand, but before finishing him, Ewan comes and both of them team up against Jack, who manages to beat them together and killed Saiga with his knife. Ewan escape and Jack follow him and catch him on the edge of the cliff, but Ewan jumps to the river, refusing to fight Jack, who jumps after him. Outside the river, the helicopter sends a bag with a rifle inside. Ewan took it and starts shooting Jack, who hide after a rock, then try to escape, but Ewan shoot him in the shoulder. While looking for Jack, he finds a cameraman with his guard. He kills both and took their guns. Meanwhile, Jack surprise him with a punch and a fight starts again. Then Ewan hit Jack with a knife and push him down the cliff and shoot him with the rifle, but before killing him the gun has run out of ammunition. Jack's body is now floating in the water without moving, and everyone thought that Jack is dead. In the meantime, Breckle reaches his goal with 40 million views. At this moment, Baxter tells Breckle that the US Navy find them and they will be here in 1 hour. Breckle decides to leave without his crew. Goldie hears everything and confronts Breck, who orders Baxter to kill him. In the meantime, Ewan arrives and after taking the bomb from his leg he asks Breckle for money, but he refuses and said, "I give you your freedom." Ewan gets angry and starts killing all the guards, then he rushes in looking for Breckle, but he finds his team instead. He kills them all, leaving Eddie for last, who said, "I'm sorry," but Ewan replied it is too late, then killed him. At this moment Jack come back and killed Baxter. Ewan turned around to find Julie, then hear Jack from behind telling him to sit down, then killed him with a gun. Jack then hear a helicopter sound and start running after Breckle, who reach it and take off. He shoots the helicopter several times, but it was too late. When Breckle thought he survived, Julie come with a rig of explosive and give it to Jack, who throws it inside the helicopter, killing him. In the last scene of the movie, Jack shows up on his way to meet Sarah. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, put a like and share it. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more. Have a great day.